Fruity Star.
Somebody pop all day, hold up. Somebody on their way, hold up. I would've grown all day, hold up. Somebody can't relate,
Black
hold
Panther.
up. Stay down with no faking. Go up, top down, I've been racing. Go up, she wild, I'm in dangerous. Go up, my crowd in rotation. Yeah. Are you on 10 yet? Are you on 10 yet? Wait, are you on 10 yet? Are you on 10 yet? I live on 10. Wait, are you on 10 yet?
Instant
Are you on
entertainment.
10 yet? Hold up.
Master place up, 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 master place up. This is the main ingredient, baby, on MS Radio.
Maximum.
Sunshine this morning, I feel the mystic from the wind, the joy I feel within. Yeah, I'm not talking no side of the pawns of the King Emperor Selassie the first. Yeah, I'm just going to click out the fire about them for do. I want ball of fire with your roll. In I dance.
Well, first answer to that, I guess, is that, every night I'm up till, brewing coffee at about midnight.
You are tuned in to MSR Radio.
The thrill, the blood rush, the enthusiasm, the greatness, the strength, the passion. Sport on MS Radio.
Time is 30 minutes after 10, and here's your second sports update. Making headlines, it was a great performance, says Pirates player Happy Jele. We responded very well, says Super Sports United Caetano Tembo, responding to the Elastics winner with up against Free State Stars. Bayern faces disciplinary action. Madrid proud to suffer for victory. Arsenal punished by Atletico Madrid. Marseille take control in Europa League semi-final. Barca set for title party at Deportivo. Messi can trademark and name, says EU's High Court. SA's Dave Vessels on coaching in Australia. New test for the Bulls. And Sunrisers pip Kings 11 in tight clash. And Nadal eases into Barca's quarterfinals, beating Dimitrov edges off Jaziri. 31 after 10, here's your second sports update. Tennis player number one, Rafael Nadal eased into the Barcelona Open quarterfinals after dispatching compatriot Guillermo Garcia Lopez 6-1, 6-3 and winning a record-extending 40th consecutive set on clay. The top seed, who has won the tournament 10 times, will meet Slovak Martin Klizan, who had dumped Novak Djokovic out in the second round on Friday after powering past, today earlier on, because of different time zones, past Garcia Lopez in a quick-fire first set. He raced into a 4-1 lead in the second, but was slowed down when he surrendered his serve, although he soon broke back to finish off his opponent. He says, when I was 4-1 a set up, I lost a little intensity, but in general, I played well. Nadal told a news conference, I felt good from the start, playing with more intensity than yesterday and playing with more ease and comfort in every sense. On to some IPL cricket news there. The Sunrisers Hyderabad secured a tight 13-run victory over the Kings 11 Punjab yesterday. Low-scoring Indians Premier League fixture at the Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium in Uppal. The result saw Hyderabad leapfrog the Punjab Kings 11 and Chemical Super Kings to second position in the 2018 tournament 8-team standings. Chennai Super Kings currently occupy first place, and understrength Sunrisers bowling attack capitalized during a panicked Punjab pursuit, which reached an insufficient 119 all out in the face of a relatively small 133 target. And looking at the fixtures for the weekend, you have the Delhi Daredevils going up against the Calcutta Knight Riders, and that's today, and the Chennai Super Kings going up against the Mumbai Indians tomorrow. and the Rajasthan Royals going up against the Sunrisers Hyderabad on Sunday. And the Royal Challengers going up against the Royal Challenger Bangalores, rather, going up against the Calcutta Knight Riders. Woo, I'm reversing words. I don't know what I'm doing, what's going on with me. But yeah, going up against the Calcutta Knight Riders on Sunday. And going over to some Vodacom Super Rugby news, Melbourne Rebels coach Dave Wessels has come a long way since leaving UCT to follow Jake White to Australia. Now as the head coach of the Melbourne Rebels, he is one step away from the Wallaby coaching job and has produced the surprise package of the Super Rugby season thus far as the Rebels continue to vie with the more favoured Australian franchises for the conference's title. But this isn't a story about where Wessels has come from. It is more a story of what he wants to achieve with the club, what he wants to build in Melbourne, and the opportunity to turn a franchise which won just one game last season into something meaningful. They beat the Hurricanes in the first week of the competitions, but the landscape has changed sufficiently since the Vodacom Bulls to make their second home match against New Zealand opposition a completely different proposition to the first. We are now halfway through the Vodacom Super Rugby season and the Highlanders' momentum is up. The Bulls are also no longer an unknown quantity, and their opponents will have studied the tactical precision that helped them thrash the Sharks 2 weeks ago. They would have noted the impressive continuity that with a bit better finishing could have seen the Bulls top the half-century mark against the Rebels. And some Vodacom Super Rugby fixtures for the weekend looks as follows. Today we see the Hurricanes going up against the Sun Wolves, and the Stormers going up against the Rebels. Tomorrow the Reds going up against the Lions, the Blues going up against the Jaguars, and the Brumbies going up against the Crusaders. And on to some La Liga. Interesting news there. Barcelona's footballer Lionel Messi won a legal battle yesterday to register his name as a trademark to sell sports goods after an EU court ruled that he is too famous to be confused with other businesses. The Argentinian star, the world's highest earning footballer, rode out a challenge by a Spanish cycling gear manufacturer called Marci, which had challenged his trademark on the grounds that it was too similar to its own. Lionel Messi may register his trademark Messi for sports equipment and clothing, said a ruling by the General Court of the European Union, the bloc's second highest court. The footballer's player's fame counteracts the visual and phonetic similarities between his trademark and the trademark Marci, belonging to a Spanish company. The Luxembourg-based court said the ruling caps a 7-year legal year fight since the footballer first tried way back in 2011 to trademark his name with the EU's intellectual property. 10:37, we'll be coming back at 11:30 with your final sports update. Expect your news update at 11. Riding solo today is your host with the most, Mr. Moda, aka Fruity Star, live and direct, Maximum Style Radio. And you tuned in too.
This is the main ingredient, baby, on MS Radio. Maximum.
Sunshine this morning, I feel the mystic from the wind, the joy I feel within. Yeah, I'm not talking no side of the powers of the King Emperor Selassie the first. Yeah, I'm just click out the fire about them for do. I want ball of fire with your roll. In I dance.
Well, first answer to that, I guess, is that, every night I'm up till, brewing coffee at about midnight.
You are tuned in to MSR Radio.
All of the girls are low enough, all of the girls are low enough. Uptown to the girls, them a feel it in a mess so enough. All of the girls are low enough, all of the girls are low enough. London girls, Korea girls, them they in a mess so enough. Uptown girls, them have the looks and them have the dollars. But the ghetto girls, them have the curves. They not lie, them a shut on my nerves. But they better have the worry. Uptown girls, them have the looks and them have the dollars. already ever fresh. I love to congregate in a the girls candidate. Them gal they are preps, them look like Alex. And them me want flex, cause them value was set up. Likewise my friend for the ghetto girls, them way you shut up man nerves and a cause problem. Them a madman, a jungle Tivoli and don't happen. I want one of them, they must be heaven sent. Uptown girls, them have the looks and them have the dollars. From the ghetto girls, them have the curves. They don't lie, them a shut up man nerves. But a bit of a word, uptown girls, them have the looks and them have the dollars. But me ghetto girls, them have the curves. They don't lie, them a shut up man nerves. But a bit of a word. Girls like Cecile, Stacy and Colleen, the way the girl them look so fat, me wonder if I dream. Them skin look so clean, pretty to the extreme. Them look like the girl them in a fashion magazine. You want a good wine all over sunshine. Darling Antoinette, we cross the train line. Them girl they see a fine, we start me playtime. Give me 2 of them a night and 3 for daytime. Uptown girls, them have the looks and them have the dollars. But me ghetto girls, them have the curves. Me not lie, them a shut a man nerves. But a better man me uptown girls, them have the looks and them have the dollars. But me ghetto girls, them have the curves. Me not lie, them a shut a man nerves. But a better man me only the girls alone, only the girls alone. Uptown, downtown girls, them have the in a me zone. Only the girls alone, only the girls alone. London girls and New York girls, them the in a me zone. Uptown girls, them have the looks and them have the dollars. But me ghetto girls, them have the curves. Me not lie, them a shut a man nerves. But a better man me word. Give me uptown girls, them have the looks and them have the dollars. But me ghetto girls, them have the curves. Me not lie, them a shut a man nerves. But a better man me word.
It's another Lenky production. Elephant Man is there. Elephant Man is there. Elephant Man is there. Elephant Man is there. Come on. Elephant Man is there. Elephant Man is there. But the hot girl is there. Let's dance. Jamaican man like I could never back in here. Like a up in a me grandmother rocking chair. Coach if you run, so give me some, give me the gum. When me done, gotta pick up the coach if it's on. Me turn it on, make she's already there when she born. Why make you never listen when the mother woman no want. Beware of us, but you a play hard for get. Oxyvet, if it's a thing a hard for take. She scream when they sit in a throne. If you know, girl we no blow, we no go low. Girl I run away from Guantanamo Bay. Show them for the anaconda, them get carried away. Talk your mind, girl, if you have something to say. Jamaican, give your hard work every day. Afraid of us, them girl should be scared of us. Beware of us, Jamaican man is dangerous. Come on, Jamaican no girl can't, so we quick to go. Now we left with the thing well long ago. Him not give you the marathon run. Girl run when you want this fire and go. No girl can't, so we quick to go. Now we left with the thing well long ago. Him not give you the marathon run. Girl run when you want this fire. She said, Ellie, me never know us, so you murder us. She take off like the crowd, them in a fast and furious. Through the contact, girl over the road get curious. When they come to walk in the city, we serious. That's what the girl them say, Jamaican man, them is serious. Make she come 100 times and move delirious. Let me give you a little joke, I don't want you illyrious. They call the Victoria, the lingerie victorious. She say her ex-man out, they could never compare with us. Every night at the Maria, that she want to marry us. Marry us, tell me say them want to marry us. I will leave a girl in a very serious. Front niggas like you don't wanna be hearing us. Pick up DJ with Panari if you playing us. Big game, I think I made the fan, they be hearing us. Calling nights, keep a pulling up, but you continuous. Jamaican no girl can't come and quick to go. Now we left with the thing well long ago. Him not give you the marathon run. Girl run when you want this fire go. No girl can't, so we quick to go. Now we left with the thing well long ago. Him not give you the marathon run. Girl run when you want this fire go. Elephant Man is there. Elephant Man is there. Elephant Man is there. When the hot girl them there. Come on. Elephant Man is there. Elephant Man is there. When the hot girl them there. Elephant Man is there. Jamaican man like I could never mack in here. Back her up in a me grandmother rocking chair. Coach if you run, so give me some, give me the gun. When me done, y'all have to go put the coach if it's on. Me turn it on, make you sorry the day when you're born. One make you never listen when the mother woman no van. Beware of us, but you a play hard for get. Oxyvet,